His name was James, 51, gym membership used. Numbers, fine. By every measure that mattered, he was doing fine. But something was disappearing. Not like a crisis, like a season changing. You don't notice until the leaves are already gone. His wife Sarah noticed first, not in what he said. In everything he didn't. A silence that moved in and stopped explaining itself. James assumed it was age. That's what we're told. Past 45, the volume gets turned down. He was wrong, but not in the way he expected. 1,200 miles away, a cardiologist named Dr. Reyes sat down. A dataset was about to question 20 years of his practice. That study connected two things medicine always measured in different rooms. Your heart, and everything your heart makes possible. To understand James, you need to understand one structure. One layer of cells running through every vessel in your body. It's called the endothelium. Most people have never heard of it. Unroll every endothelial cell flat. They cover 6 tennis courts. 6, the largest organ interface in your body. Almost never discussed. The endothelium's most critical job, producing one single molecule. Nitric oxide. In 1998, 3 scientists won the Nobel Prize for discovering it. Nitric oxide tells vessels to relax. Blood flows, pressure drops. When it falls, vessels tighten. Blood struggles to reach everywhere. Everywhere. Here's where James's story and the science collide. Sexual vascular vessels are 1 to 2 millimeters wide. Coronary arteries, 3 to 4, twice the size. Endothelial damage appears in smaller vessels first, years earlier. The Princeton panel measured that window, 3 to 5 years. What damages the endothelium? Not one thing, 4. None announce themselves. They accumulate, quietly, over years. Villain 1, hypertension. Chronic pressure against the vessel wall creates micro-damage, cell by cell. James's reading, 138/88. Stage 1, manageable, they said. But isolation is not how biology works. Villain 2, a sedentary lifestyle. Blood moving through vessels triggers nitric oxide. No movement, no signal. The body doesn't maintain what it isn't asked to use. Villain 3, chronic psychological stress. Low-grade constant stress produces cortisol. Continuously. Cortisol suppresses endothelial function, directly. A body in permanent defense cannot simultaneously be open. Villain 4, the most underestimated one. Processed food and excess sodium degrade nitric oxide before it signals. The message never arrives. The vessel never receives the instruction. Your diet edit signals your cardiovascular system sends to itself. James had all 4. Not severely, just enough. Over enough years. His endothelium responded the only way it knows how. By producing less, signaling less, delivering less, everywhere. Dr. Reyes was looking at the same system from the other direction. Not what goes wrong. What happens when you intervene? When you reintroduce what the endothelium was built to respond to. Sustained, rhythmic, aerobic movement. Researchers measured flow-mediated dilation, FMD. A direct, non-invasive window into endothelial health. A report card for your nitric oxide system. Participants, average age 52, not athletes, not young. 4 sessions weekly, 45 minutes, conversational pace. 12 weeks later, FMD scores improved by 47%. 47. The men reported changes before researchers asked. Their partners confirmed it independently. Same molecule, different rooms of the body, same plumbing. Zone 2 cardio, that is what those men were doing. 60 to 70% of maximum heart rate. You can speak in full sentences, wouldn't want to sing. At this intensity, 2 specific things happen inside endothelial cells. First, mitochondrial biogenesis. Zone 2 maximally stimulates new mitochondria inside endothelial cells. More capacity, more nitric oxide, sustained over time. Second, shear stress stimulation. Sustained flow triggers the endothelium to release nitric oxide directly. This finding stopped Dr. Reyes mid-slide. Men doing only high intensity showed less endothelial improvement. Excessive intensity chronically elevates cortisol. Cortisol suppresses the very function you were training to improve. The effort was partially undoing itself. Now the hormonal layer. Zone 2 reduces sex hormone binding globulin, SHBG. SHBG binds testosterone and renders it inactive. Less SHBG, more free testosterone available to your tissues. Not more produced. More of what you have, freed. Then there is sleep. Testosterone is synthesized primarily during REM sleep. 1 week of sleep restriction cut testosterone 10 to 15%. In young, healthy men. 1 week. Your hormonal reconstruction happens nightly. Give it time to finish. 8 months later, Sarah asked to come to the follow-up. Not with concerns, not with symptoms. She came to thank his physician. One man understood. His heart and his relationship were never separate. They never were. Here is what we know. The endothelium degrades under 4 conditions. It rebuilds under 4 interventions. James didn't need a new body. He needed to understand his own. Lever 1. Zone 2 cardio. 4 sessions weekly, 45 minutes, conversational pace. Endothelial adaptation begins within 2 weeks of consistent practice. Not months, 2 weeks. This is the foundation. Everything else compounds on top. Lever 2. Dietary nitrates. A second nitric oxide pathway exists, independent of endothelial health. It runs through food. It is available at every meal. 1 cup arugula, half a beetroot, small piece dark chocolate. 200 milligrams. Measurable nitric oxide increase, not a supplement, food. Lever 3. Sleep architecture. Not recovery, a hormonal and cardiovascular protocol. First 90 minutes, deep slow-wave sleep. Cellular repair begins. REM cycles follow, testosterone synthesis peaks. This is active biological reconstruction, every night, compounding. Lever 4, cortisol management. Not stress elimination, that's a fantasy. Structured measurable reduction. Heart rate variability, HRV, tracks your autonomic recovery in real time. HRV trending up means cortisol managed, endothelium recovering. Track it, not obsessively, as a compass. 4 levers, each independently evidence-based. Each targeting the endothelium from a different angle. Zone 2 stimulates it, nitrates supply it, sleep restores it. Cortisol management removes the force working against it. Together, they don't add. They multiply. Dr. Reyes flew home from Barcelona and changed one thing. Not everything, one thing. 4 Zone 2 sessions weekly. Everything else unchanged. 11 weeks, FMD improved 31%, HRV up 19%. His colleagues called it interesting. His wife called it something else. Your cardiovascular system never separated heart health from intimate health. It never divided blood by destination. We made that division. Different clinics, different specialists, different forms.